There's something about misunderstanding, like when you misunderstand people. Sometimes the people you cut off are not supposed to be cut off, but because you failed to hear from them, you failed to hear their side of the story, you failed to listen to the reason for their actions. Yes, most times, if we give listening ears to people, we may have been able to resolve more than half of the issues we currently have with people. You see, let me tell you a story. There was a time I had this very special son of mine. I loved him genuinely. He's a son in the Lord. He was a blessing to the ministry, and I also was a blessing to his life. So when it was time for his wedding, actually I expected him to come and see me. Since he's my son, I expected him to come and see me and probably officially invite me, of which he didn't. I was not pissed, right? But on the day of the wedding, I was not having a dime. There was no single money on me to even do anything, even at home. I couldn't attend the wedding. And then, just because of that act, just because of what happened, the young man stopped calling, stopped connecting, stopped reaching out. That was the end of our relationship, right? Now, sometimes I don't blame him. Sometimes I blame myself. Sometimes I blame him. I just feel like it's a misunderstanding. Now, let's put it like this. If I had taken that occasion very importantly and then saved towards the occasion, I would have been able to attend. Yes, but the problem was that prior to that time, I was believing that he was going to reach out. Like, oh, daddy, look at, I was believing he was going to reach out and probably make arrangements for my coming. But of which he didn't. But that shouldn't have stopped me from attending, right? But because I didn't make official preparations prior to the time, because I was hoping he was going to show up or do a thing or two for me to be able to get there, I couldn't attend. Now, if I had had money on that very day to attend, I would have attended even regardless of whatever I thought would have been done. This is a misunderstanding. This could have been resolved amicably. And this is why I still want to use this opportunity to advise some ministers out there, in fact, people in general. If you place people in an important position in your life, learn to probably save towards their big days. Right? Yes, because some people take big days very important. Like personally, I don't care if you attend my big days or not. I don't care if you are at my birthday celebration. I don't care if you're at my wedding celebration. I just believe people have their issues. People have things they are dealing with. So whether you come or you don't come, I still see you the way I see you. I don't see it as a big deal. Yes, in as much as this does not affect your character towards me, I feel we are cool. But there are people who take these things serious. And probably it was one of them. You see, it's a misunderstanding. And if we were able to talk amicably, maybe he would have understood the angle I was, dealing from. But it's all good. Now, there are people out there, marriages, relationship, that folded up because they failed to listen to each other. They failed to hear the other side of the story from the other man. The day you fail to listen to the other side, or to the other person, the day you say, oh, I don't want to listen to anybody, I just want to take my decisions rashly and that's it. Listen, you will disassociate yourself from many people, because no matter how you put it, we all have something we are dealing with, and people can not always be there. Yes, not always. So sometimes you try to ask, how far? Sometimes the person you are even angry at is contemplating suicide. Yes, he's contemplating to buy himself, and you'll be like, you're just angry that they couldn't turn up, that they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. You are angry, but you don't know what these people are dealing with. And this is to spiritual leaders. Listen, as spiritual leaders, we have our challenges. We are going through a lot. Yes, sometimes you don't even have food to eat. Sometimes you don't even have transport to go to church. And let me tell you the truth. Some people will say, but you're serving God, blah, 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 blah. Listen, if you're serving God genuinely without cutting corners, there are always tough days. Say, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord God will deliver them from them all. There are always tough days. We don't know how long the afflictions will last before God comes to deliver. So there are days like that when you may not be able to even afford food to eat. That does not make you less anointed. That does not make you less gifted. That does not make you less a spiritual leader or anything. If you have important people in your life, since people take these things serious, do well to save towards their big days. And also, as a person who is following a leader, learn to carry them along. Those you regard as fathers, those you regard as important people in your life, learn to carry them along. You just can't wake up and believe I can remember your birthday. Just believe that I will know your birthday. Okay, let me put it like this to you. You are one person, right? But the spiritual leader is dealing with like 10, 15, 20, 100, 1,000 persons. So do you expect him to remember the birthdays of all the 100 persons, all the 1,000 persons that you are a part of? No. The spiritual leader is just the one person. Maybe it is your only spiritual father, right? And then he has like 1,000 sons, 100 sons that he's dealing with. You don't expect him to remember all their birthdays, all their big days. So sometimes it is important to carry him along. It is important to talk to him. Papa, my birthday is coming up. It's X and X day. He understands. That day we post you if he wants to. That day we call you to pray with you if he wants to. You understand? If he feels like, he will call you. He will connect. So don't just be quick to jump into a conclusion and say, I will not call him. I will not reach out to him. If he doesn't reach out to me, oh, that means he doesn't love me. It's a big lie. He may love you, but because he's a man that has so many people, he may not be able to, remember everybody's birthdays and everybody's big days. I don't know how to explain this or put this through to you, but I feel like making this video. I just hope it helps someone, a spiritual leader, a follower, somebody out there. I hope it helps someone. Please do well to save towards the big days of your people, because not every one of them understands that some days can be bad. I hope you learn. God bless you.